So in today's video, I'm gonna talk to you why you don't wanna do video. Just don't do video, you shouldn't do this. Actually, no, because if I did that, I'd be putting myself out of business. I'm not that stupid. But what I do wanna break down is if you're gonna do video, let me tell you what not to do. If you don't wanna stunt your growth, if you don't wanna get in your own way, just don't do these things. If you're gonna do video, you gotta go all the way. You gotta be dedicated and you gotta just jump into it head first to make it happen. Your competition's doing it, you know what I mean? You know, whatever industry you're in, no matter what kind of brand you are, everybody's creating content, everybody is leveraging content to grow their business, you know, to attract more customers, to grow brand awareness, to amplify your sales, to get more people into your sales funnels, get more people into your paid ads, whatever it may be. Video is not going anywhere. You know that right now. And if you don't, you're just in denial. That's fine, you'll come around. But it's not going anywhere. And you know, a lot of people that are doing video or just got into video, they may not be getting the results that they're looking to get right away. You know what I'm saying? Versus someone has been doing it for a year, 2 years, 3 years. If you get past these hurdles, you're guaranteed to see greater results, see it and maximize your ROI for the content that you're creating for your brand. First things up is just, you gotta be consistent and dedicated. You know, this is like with anything else, you know, whether you're going to the gym, you know, whether you are trying to get your teeth whitened, that's bad. Whether you're going to the gym or trying to learn a new skill or learn how to use a new piece of software, you gotta be consistent and dedicated. And when it comes to creating content for your brand, it's the exact same thing. We work with a lot of brands here in a lot of different industries, whether you're talking, you know, CMOs, you're talking to salespeople, you're talking about independent brands, small enterprise companies. We work with them here at INDIRAP, and across the board, one of the biggest mistakes is just staying consistent and dedicated. You're not gonna create one piece of content, you're not gonna create 2 or 3 pieces of content, post them, and then everything's gonna change for you overnight. It's just not going to happen. In your mind, just know that this is gonna take time. You know what I mean? Again, the closest thing I compare it to is going to the gym. You're not gonna lose 15 pounds and put on weight and get cut up, toned up, looking good in 3 months. It's not gonna happen. You will make progress, right? It's the people that stay at the gym, those are the people that look good, they look cut up, they look good in clothes. Same thing with branded video content, content for social, paid, whatever kind of content marketing you're doing, you have to continue. Why do you have to be consistent and dedicated? Say you post a video to YouTube. Posting a video to YouTube is like taking a piss in the ocean, right? Everybody's on there, no one cares, right? You know, if you have an audience or you're trying to build an audience and they see one video, it's like, oh, wow, they're doing video now, that's cool. And then you disappear, you're not ingraining in their head that you're here to stay with content. Whereas putting out a video a week or putting out a video every month, whatever your strategy calls for, you have to come up with a strategy and a marketing plan, a content calendar, and stick to it. If you spend 10 grand or 20 grand on a video and you put that out there, then what? What's the next follow-up piece? What are you doing to create content to stay in front of your audience consistently and on a regular basis so that you become unforgettable? What do those things look like? So again, staying consistent and dedicated is the difference between staying in front of your audience and staying top of mind when it's time for them to make a business decision, or falling to the wayside. You think about your favorite brands, and there's a reason why they're ingrained in your head. It's because they stay in front of you with messaging constantly. Whether that be a video post, whether that be a paid ad, whether that be a commercial on television, creating content for these people is a religion. It's an ongoing process. They know that not one ad is going to change the life for this brand. They've been creating content consistently for years. You know what I mean? For decades for some of these brands. And whether you're an independent contractor, whether you're a small business, medium enterprise, it's the same thing. You have to just stay in front of people. For me, staying in front of people as the #1 video production and content marketing agency that's it. That's why I'm creating this content. That from our website to the paid ads that we create, to the posts we put on social every day, to the emails we blast out, that is what we are trying to ingrain in the minds of our customers. And that is what we do with every piece of marketing that we put out. If you consistently put out content for the long term, you will win. Take my word for it. It works for us, it works for our clients, and it works for your competition. So why not do it for yourself? So stay consistent and dedicated, or else don't do video content. Another reason why you just should not do video if you're not going to take this seriously and be consistent and dedicated is if you don't have foundational content or you don't have a plan to put foundational content into place. What is foundational content? That's your About Us video, your brand overviews, your case studies, things that can live forever on your website. Not forever, but for a good 5 years. Things that are there that, you know, anyone can use to understand who you are as a brand, what you do, your value propositions, all this kind of stuff. I see a ton of people in multiple industries creating quick reels or TikToks or things like that because that's the hot shit right now. You know what I mean? Reels, short form content, and all that kind of stuff. But let me ask you this. If you're a real estate broker, for example, and you're out there TikToking your life away, you're putting out reels and doing social content, that is fantastic, especially if you're being consistent and dedicated and you're trying to create a brand around yourself. But don't forget, in putting all that out, you're really trying to stay in front of people to stay top of mind for them to transact, to buy or to sell real estate, correct? Right, so when they go from the TikToks or whatever social media that you're posting on to your website or to wherever it is so that they can reach out and touch you and do business with you, what kind of content do you have in place to drive the buying decision forward, to help you build trust with them, to let them know who you are, how dope you are, how many awards you've won, how many transactions you are, that you're #1 agent here, you're #1 broker there. What foundational content do you have in place? Because the buying decisions may start with social, but it's definitely not the end-all be-all for most buyers. They want to check your Google ratings. They want to check your, if they Google you, if a video comes up, TikTok and shit like that, it's not going to come up in an organic search for the most part. You need foundational content that lives in multiple places online that can be used for another 5 years, 3 to 5 years, that comes up and answers those FAQs. Why should I do business with this person? Do they service my area? What does it look like for them to come in my house? How long does the contract process take? These questions, put it like this, the top 10 questions that people ask you every day, the ones that you're repeating every 100 times a day, these are the questions that should live in foundational content. Because in a 60 to 90 second piece of content, foundational video, you answer those for someone. What does that do? That moves them along to the get a quote, contact us, learn more, whatever that is. Basically move the buying decision forward so that you can sell your product or service. Get your foundational content out there. It's extremely important in growing your brand's presence online with digital content. The next thing I want to talk to you, it kind of goes with what I just talked about in terms of having foundational content. When you have that foundational content, make sure that your team has access to it. Right? Make sure that your sales team, your marketing team, your operations, HR has access to these things. If you go and you create a brand culture piece that goes and shows off 5 different states that you work in, you interview with the CEO, interview with CMO, interviews with operations and things like that, supply chain, whatever it is, the development and how that looks, construction. If you invest money to create these larger pieces of content, putting it on your website is great. Putting on YouTube, Facebook, that's fantastic. But think about it. Those places, traffic has to actually go to those places to see your content. Versus if you sit down with your marketing team, sales team, whoever it is, and explain to them what this video is, the power of it, and how they can integrate it into their daily routines when they touch customers, they can use that same piece of content to get shit done for your company. They can close more deals. They can answer more questions. Everything that you created this video for it to do, they should have these pieces of content, case studies, brand overviews, product videos, service videos to help them do their jobs even better. Don't just take a piece of content and park it on your brand, website and think that that's the end all be all for content. If I have 15 salespeople, I want that piece of content in every one of those 15 people's hands, because if I have 15 salespeople in 15 different territories in 15 different countries, they can blast that video out to every customer, every client that they touch in all of those territories, which does what? It builds brand awareness, it engages those new customers, and it's gonna get more deals closed with that amazing content that you have. So this is a short and sweet one. I'll wrap this one up. Make sure your team, again, across your entire organization, video is just not for marketing, right? These things can be used for anything. If you're a factory, again, imagine having a video that showcases your factory and how it works and the ins and outs, and you're able to send that to overseas investors in China. You know what I mean? Imagine if, you know, I'm marketing a, you know, $30 million penthouse, and I have this amazing video. It's not just to go and sit on the MLS. My 30 team members, whoever's on my sales team, I need that in their hands so they can go out there and promote that as well. You know what I mean? You got to put wheels on these Ferraris. You know what I mean? You got to put distribution behind these videos. So your team is a very good front line to get those things out there and spread the word and build brand equity with your company. This one is probably the most important piece to all of this. If you don't have this, you're spinning your wheels and you're wasting your time with video content, right? Everybody knows they need video. That's great. It's, you know, everybody sees it now. Video's the hot shit. It's been hot for a long time, but now it's hotter than ever. Everybody knows they need video. But I've asked so many people this year in 2021, what's your distribution strategy? And it's like, Exactly. If you do not have a distribution strategy, I'll say it again, it's like not having wheels on a Ferrari. You can have the most beautiful car in the world in your garage and it's sitting there and it looks great. But if you can't drive it, you can't see it, you don't know how it feels out there on the road, then who cares? You know what I mean? Same thing with video. You have to put wheels on this. What is your distribution strategy with this content library that you have, right? You have 5 videos. Where are they gonna live? How are we gonna push this out? Am I pushing this out through our email communications? Is this gonna live in our email signatures for all of our employees? Is this gonna be on our website? Can we chop this up and turn it into a paid ad campaign? Can we chop this up and turn it into gifts for social? You know what I mean? Can we take this and turn it into an ad on LinkedIn? Can we turn it into YouTube pre-roll? All these things that I'm naming right now, these are shelves in Walmart that you can put your product. And the more shelves you can put your product on in a store, the more buyers you're gonna get, the more opportunity you're gonna get to close and convert business. You need a distribution strategy no matter what. That's the truth about video content. It doesn't work by itself. You need distribution to maximize your ROI. So there you have it. Again, just don't waste your time if you're gonna do these things. I'm just being honest with you. I want to see you succeed. I want your content to help you grow your brand, scale your brand, grow your business, build your brand, all these things. But if you're going to do any of those 4 no-nos, you're just going to stunt your growth. You're just going to get in your own way. You're going to trip over your own feet. You're throwing money out the window. And I don't want that to happen. So again, those are the top 4 reasons why, if you're just going to do them, don't do video. All right? Until next time, I appreciate you listening. If you like what you see, hit like, hit the notification button, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell.